winds are calling through a broken land. Every stone I raise, every path I clear, I feel the flame reminding me why I'm here. Runes ignite where shadows fall, dragons echo answers the call. With the heart of a dragon burning bright, I build my home in the endless night. By claw, by craft, by fearless flame, I rise, I roam, I stake my claim. This world remembers my name. Ember veil in memory, a world we couldn't save, but in ruins we found purpose and the strength to be brave. With every wall we raise again, the darkness retreats. From shattered land a future forms beneath resilient feet. Walls from nothing, hope from dust, steel and spirit forged in trust. Quest by quest I shape my fate, the flame endures, I will not fade. Flame within my soul, ancient fire I hold. Not bound by fear, not bound by past, dragon heart I'm built to last. With the flame of the dragon, wild and free, I carve my path through destiny. Stand unbroken, soul untamed, from shroud to stars I light the way. This is the legend that I made. From shroud to flame, this world remembers my name.
Well, hello, stargazers. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day wherever you are in this incredible world of ours. If you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Katie, and if you're returning, welcome back. So excited you guys are all here. Hello, Hubs. How's it going? We are jumping back into Enshrouded tonight. Gonna work on some building. I've had quite a bit of spark of inspiration. We are going to try to work on the bookshop. Originally, yes, I do have it built. But it's kind of in the way for where I want to build something else. So we are relocating. Needed expert advice on where to put barrels. I thought that was Chip that was asking that, Irksome. I thought Chip was asking about the barrels. Well, it wasn't me. Oh, I remember. It was expert advice on where to place the barrels in Chip's world. That's what it was. Where that all should go. Welcome in, Irksome. How's it going? Admit it, you just jamming out behind the, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. I do really like that song. With how long it took me to write and or figure out the lyrics and the music itself, I absolutely love it. And the more I hear it, the more obsessed I become with it. So yes, I will admit to that. So anyway, I mentioned we are going to be working on the bookstore. So right now, the bookstore is right here, which is a really awesome build. I absolutely love it. However, this is where I want the entrance to my castle to be. So we are going to have to move that to over here. So this is where the new bookstore is going to be. I already got Jizzle's World half planned out. That's what makes you have the expert then. Whoops. Found the canal. Found it, guys. In case you were wondering where it was. But yeah. We're gonna be... It's pretty epic. What's epic? Yeah, Irksome I did. Yeah, I put the little fire emotes. They were pretty. They were good. They were very good. But yes, I listened to them the other night. Hold on, I thought I had... Did I not have that in there? Oh, I thought I had... Oh no, I took those down. That's right, that's right. I forgot about that. That's pretty epic, the song. Thanks, honey. Appreciate you. That's right. I put that in and I needed to figure out new lights. Because I have the corner ones for underneath, but then I needed to have the outer ones. So, anyway. Let me see. Do I have a bed that I can put down? I do, I do, I do. Gonna sleep until morning. Okay. And then we are gonna start working on the bookstore. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this is gonna lay out. I know for a fact that I still want to have the, this window type thing going on here, but I'm kind of thinking that what I'll do is kind of create it as more of like not a circular window, but like a bay window type thing. So this one is my current intro. It leaves me the kitchen incident out of analyzing your channel. Yeah. I'm actually surprised GDP did that. Because that one isn't as up to date as some other ones. Okay, so I'm going to actually run these over here. So I've been kind of working off the scenes a little bit more on the area over here. So last time you guys probably saw that I had the blacksmith shop over here. I have since added an area for like a stable for the 2 yaks that are right in there, designed to basically be a place for people that are using yaks to pull carts and stuff. They're put in there, and then I started working on back here more of the some of the stables and stuff. So this will be where most of the animals will reside. I wonder if this finally is... Nope. For some reason, I still have this not wanting to push through. So instead, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. There we go. See if we can get that to work. Because I want this to fill up and go over the edge. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty. Now just to make sure it doesn't overflow. We'll have to come back and see if it does. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty, guys. Didn't even know about the kitchen incident until I asked him about it. Wait, are you talking about... Hang on. The kitchen incident. Are you talking about when you tried to explode... when you tried to explode Chisel's build? Send you an updated copy of my save when I get the chance. Yeah, we just got done talking about explosives, and now you want my save file? Pretty sus. Pretty sus. I suppose it's a save file. Okay, so let's drop. I meant to go back over there and drop stuff off, but you know. Okay. Uh-huh. Intentionally blow things up. That being the key word here. Upper settings. Oh, fine. I can do that. Oh, not the one I wanted. And we'll put these down here. You just want to see how epic my world is? Is that what's going on? Okay, so let's head on over here. I am gonna still use a lot of the same blueprints or a lot of the same materials from here. But I got plans, guys. I got plans. Okay, so I have a brief idea of what it is that I'm looking for. So okay, let's see. Yeah, you can go away, snapping. Actually, hang on. What if, instead of being... Ooh, I got ideas now. Okay. Hello, Trigger. Welcome, welcome. Blueprints would be cool in this game. Yeah, it would be very, very helpful to have blueprints. That I would agree with you. I would totally agree with you on that one. I feel like this might already be too big. Okay. Let's give this a try. Let's see. I'll look around for possible inspo, plus check for spotty plumbing fixes. The electrician is checking for plumbing. Seems safe. And a way to upload them like adventure maps. I mean, yeah, that would be kind of cool. That would be also very, very difficult to do too if you had like, you'd have to have like a whole different process for that. I'm not saying that it couldn't be done. It would just be, it'd be like having to have a whole different game, unless there was like a build mode that you could design like a shop, that wasn't impacted. Actually, a good example would be a loft. So this was a flying game that came out a while ago, and unfortunately it died. But one of the cool things that you could do is create your own island, and it was like you went into development mode, and it allowed you to create your islands and then import them into a spot. That would be pretty cool if you could do that. Like you could go into like a freeform, design something, and then input and then transport it over into your world. That would be actually kind of cool. But I don't think they would ever do something like that. They have sharing. It was added a few weeks ago. Yeah. So like world sharing, you can upload your world and allow people to come to visit it. I'm kind of thinking I might do that for base inspiration. So I might do builds that kind of inspire me. I'll do like maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 worlds where it's just like pure building. And then from there, maybe upload those, get rid of them, and start over for a new build kind of thing. So, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how that would all work, if you could do multiple or not. So, upload them like adventure maps. Yeah, not blueprints. Never built the same thing. Yeah. I mean, I think creative mode is going to be more along the lines of being able to build without any need to go find resources. I think that's more of like what that will be. Okay. Before I continue on, part of this is determined by a few things. Here we go. Had a neat version of blueprint. You can manually swap out all the materials for different types. Okay. Add a feature to highlight blocks based. Can adjust similar to how. I mean, I will have to take your word on that. I don't know enough about like coding to be able to say one way or another if how easy it would be to do something like that. It'd be cool, don't get me wrong. Let's see. We're gonna have to turn snapping on. Did I? Yep, I'll have to pick that one up. Yep. Let's start there. I wish it's funny, I actually wish it was a little tighter. Years ago when it was free, now it's like 30 bucks. I've not played Creative Verse. I have not played it, so I do not know a lot about it. As much as I want the spiral staircases, I don't think I don't think it's gonna work here. Because there's just not enough room. These take up at least like 4 blocks. So we're gonna have to try something a little bit different here. Almost. Okay. One more. Easy and quicker, not the same thing. It would take a lot of time to add something like that and not have a million yeah. And they're already in the process of trying to optimize. Yep. Broken back end, and it was 2 Cartini, plus it was barely more than Sandbox when they stopped. Oh. That always makes me sad when you hear people or hear developers and stuff stop working on games. Always makes me sad to hear. Okay. problem Playful had was they were footing the bill for hosting worlds for years, and a lot of it was abandoned servers where people had moved on. Ah, change the worlds to local hosting. Okay. I believe I got voluntold to come up here and sit around for most of the night. Wait, are you at your mom's bowling alley tonight? Oops. Hi, hubby. Hubby decided to stop in and say hello. He was at sand volleyball tonight. I'll have to ask him a little bit later how it all went. Okay. I got at the bar, yes. Oh, per irksome. Okay, let's see how we can make this work. This might have to be a little bit bigger than I anticipated. Like, I'm trying to remember how I made this one work, because let's see. This is one. Yeah, it's too wide. So, one. I guess not quite two. Which I could make that happen. Work tonight and had about half asleep when she saw it on Sunday morning and agreed. Oh. That's too bad. Okay. So let's see. Should pickle. Okay. Before I get too crazy into this, I do need to take these out because I need to start digging down. Okay, let's see. Boom booms work better. She apologized when she informed me, and I was like, this is fine. This is fine. I promise you it's fine. Yeah, I know. The boom booms are unpredictable. So we're at least starting there. Because I want to have at least kind of a foundation to work with. Two, three. A little bit back. I'm trying to think of how this is all gonna work. Because I still need to fit all of this in here. I find myself wanting to throw together a testing grid to see how wide the... You should. Honestly, you really should. I'd be very curious to know. Because with all of my fun underground project ideas, it'd be nice to know the blast radius for something like that. And if it would cause the whole thing to crumble down on my head. Okay, so this might work out a little bit better. Okay, so... Don't know what that is. Okay. Try it this way. I just thought of something else I could do, but I'm going to try it this way first. If it doesn't work, then we will try my other idea. Uh-oh. Chip is in RuneScape Dragon Wilds? What? That's unheard of. Let me first fall asleep. Cause all sorts of plumbing issues for me. Why am I not surprised, Dirksum? Why am I not surprised? Alright, I'm locking myself in and I'm not allowed to come out until I figure this out. Right. Okay. Again, double checking that this won't. Okay, so I think this one's gonna have to be a little bit different. Why does it continuously say 12? Oh. Get it now. Wait. Okay. In case you were wondering if I just walked into a bar going, the snark is strong with these ones. Proud of you. And I didn't wonder, honestly. I figured it did. One way or another. And I said I was gonna do all this first, but I do need a particular bookshelf before I can move on. Need to know how wide this needs to be. Surface angle not suitable? Well, that's new. Okay. Sweet. Okay. So I got that. Now I need to figure this out. I wish you could reverse these. But I don't think that's possible. I had this really great idea in my head and I had some great inspiration, and now I'm just like stuck because I wasn't expecting these staircases to be so wide. And I don't want to push this out even further because I'm thinking of putting, like, tucking in a tiny little shop here. Very tiny. But I was kind of hoping this was like too wide and not 2 or 3 wide and not 4 wide, taking up an entire block. Yeah, because if I put this here, then I put this on top, there's an entire block right there. I was kind of hoping those would be a little bit smaller. Ensued at the Blue Gauntlet. Not gonna be fun with the whole no resource world rule. Yeah, I can understand that. I actually have the rule of do not obtain resources that you have not already obtained. So, case in point, if I haven't unlocked the building blocks or the armor set or anything like that in the game, then I don't get to have it, type thing. So I did that rule. So I mean, that's something you could do as well. But I mean, it's up to you, like, how you want to play. That's the wonderful thing about this game, is you can play however you like. Okay. I'm thinking I might have to flip this. Because my idea was for a... Why am I doing this? I do not know. But you know. Okay, so we're actually going to do this all the way across because I still want the double level. It's just going to be slightly different than what I originally had planned. So, take that out. Let me try this instead. Do... Or I want this to show up. This. To mention that is not close enough. Hello, Athena. Welcome in, welcome in. I am doing well. How are you? Just grab 500 casket lids and build your own. Yeah, I'm thinking I might have to. I am thinking I might have to. Because as much as I do like this, it's not formatting in the way that I want it to. There we go. Okay, so we'll try this again. Okay. Things get unlocked in the world as a whole and get copied over even without touching. Oh, really? I thought you actually had to have the item in your inventory to unlock it. If that's the case, then I get it. You know what? I got a better idea. Okay, I got a better idea. Let's do... that. That. instead, we could... I have one more step up, and then... the rest of this. Just like that. Big brain at work. Sink a trap into the floor a little bit. Sink a tramp. What? I'm confizzled. Nope, that's not gonna work. Trampoline. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That one's good. I'll give you that one. I'm trying to decide how I best want this all to kind of flow a little bit. Okay. Instead. Well, this might be it. Um, Instead, I can add this piece. Nope. There we go. Think I got it figured out now. Hello, Carl Douglas. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for lurking. Appreciate you letting us know that you're hanging out with us today. Trampoline in it, so it's you're thinking of the what is it called? Oh my goodness, I'm completely blanking on it now. You're thinking of our logic world, aren't you? Oh shoot, a pickle. There we go. Okay, and then perfect. Think. Oh, awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, so then the only other thing is figuring out how the other part's gonna go. We'll get to that later. For now, I just need to figure out how this is all gonna work together. Unless they add some kind of spikes I can put on the ceiling. No, just put red shroud. Or have it... Oh, hang on. Red shroud or make sure people aren't able to use their gliders in there. And then launch them into the red shroud. Agreed. Carl, absolutely agreed. I am using them in my alchemist tower, which, can you see from here? Nope, not really. It's, well, kind of. It's the, not the spire, but the building way in the distance. It's kind of circular. It's got rounded edges. They don't always need logic, they just need... That's very, very true. Very true indeed. Okay. Oh. Let's do... Again, I'm just trying to figure out how this is all going to work and operate. Because this is proving to be a very challenging build indeed. Way more challenging than I anticipated. And I don't have a door. Makes things very, very helpful. I always forget that escape doesn't take you out of build mode anymore. That's why you see me go to the menu quite often. And Carl, you know there's two sets of spiral staircases, right? There's the iron ones that I'm playing around with, and then there are a pair of stone steps as well, which are slightly bigger. I am thinking about playing around with the stone ones at some point here soon. I have some ideas for it, but I haven't finalized those ideas just yet. Okay, we're going to now do this. Here. I'm actually going to put a pillar in the corner there. All right, where's my door? Where's my door? Come on. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Now that we've got that done, we can now move on to even bigger and brighter things. Okay. So part of this is I'm going to be stealing bookshelves from here to be able to use in the bookshop. Book. Let's do this. It seems like it's being cornered off. Perfect. This last one. Awesome. Let's bring this one forward just a little bit. Not by much. That's gonna drive me crazy, actually. Okay. Gonna have to do it twice. Which is fine. It's fine. Actually, that doesn't look too bad, honestly. Through a chamber and suddenly shooting out towards the spikes you thought were an old place for tricking around with a lot of 2-day ideas and what that stood out the most. I mean, it would be pretty epic and pretty funny at the same time. All right, where's my door? Come on. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so what did I use over here for? Oh, hi. Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. I have a feeling nothing, but you just never know. Yeah, that exceeds a little bit. Unless I did right here. Then put another bookcase back in here. And that's not bad, but I'm gonna try my idea here. Oh. See if my idea will work at all. No, I didn't like that. So instead, we're just gonna go back to the way things were. Maybe I'll put another like bookshelf over top. Let's see. Said Buddy called me and he and refused to ever test any game I design. Bertram, I think you should try out Trees Hate Me. I think you should try that one out. You should. It's really funny, and it's one that I'm trying to get Chip to look at, but he refuses to for some reason. I can't imagine why. He thinks I'm trying to get him or something. Can't imagine why he'd think something like that. Okay, so this is turning out pretty decently. I just have to figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest. So let me see. Because I want to have a it's the word that I'm looking for. I want to have a stop. That's an actual thing. You can okay. Would be the number of times you bought a disabled glider thing. No, I've only done that once. Honestly, I've only done that once. I'm surprised even myself, sir. Actually, what if? What would it do to have an extra block on the side here? We're taken to that. Okay. Not what I want. At least a half dozen times about you buying. Wham, wham, wham. Actually, instead of doing that, okay. I got an idea. Okay, I'm not ready for that yet. Let's do this. And we'll do gotta hop off the stream to clean this. Can't think of a clean way to describe this place, so I'll stick with I gotta clean. Sounds good, Irksome. Thank you for joining. I don't know how much longer I'll be online, but if you happen to come back, hopefully we'll still be here. But otherwise, good luck cleaning. Don't have too much fun. Okay. So actually, I probably should have kept those. Loads of fun. Bye, Irksome. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll talk to you later. Hmm. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out of here, but you know. I'm in the whoop. I'll show you here in a second. Once I get out. I got to escape first. Yay! I can escape. Woohoo! It's the little things in life, you guys. So I am in the Springlands. So if you are at the Springlands Tower, I am northwest of that tower. Closer look, I am between Mistberry Catacombs and Fort Calvin. Got the Nank Sanctum and Flame Sanctum, as well as the Hill of the Scavengers kind of around. Lone Thistle, Flame Shrine. So kind of, there's like these three mountains right here, and then this big valley, and there's actually like a water location that naturally spawned here. If you have ever watched any of my videos, I have a couple of them that showcase water locations in the Springlands as well as Revelwood. I'm still working on a couple of them for the other biomes, but I talk about various locations where water spots had shown up since the water update. So obviously you have the water biome, but they have also added other water locations throughout the other biomes as well. And so I was showcasing like where you could find those. I had to scour locations and take notes and things like that to know like what each of these water locations offer you in regards to like various features and things like that. And then I also created my own little lore around it, but the one that I created, or the one over here, is one that I call Serenity Lake. Obviously made up name, not mine at all, or not the game at all, but it's a built-in lake just over here. Pretty nice, and it's also got these runes over here that are a part of the area. These runes I did not build myself, they were already here. But pretty much every oh, and the docks and stuff were here already too, as well as the boat over there. But pretty much everything else I've added in since I put my flame shrine up there. So yep, that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, it's one of many water locations. If you look at my map, I've pretty much outlined where each of them is at in all the different biomes and such. Like all these water droplets are water locations that are not in Blackmire or in the new water biome. And I didn't outline the new water biome because that's literally what it is water. And then Blackmire, I have not found any water yet. I've gone in close to see if there was anything, but I think part of the reason why they don't have anything is because of the fact that a lot of this is just mud anyway. I've taken a closer look at spots like this and this that could possibly be water locations, because like if I go over even to where my water location is, it's pretty clearly outlined, the water spot. It's not a small, or it's not a faded outline. It's a pretty defined one. So it's like you have to come just take a look, see if you can find some clearly defined ones. That possibly could be one. And you also have to think of like where the border is too, which is over here. This could be one, this could be one, but like I said, I have yet to really find any that are in Blackmire. Again, the water biome, not even gonna try. And then I have one, two, I think there's another one up here somewhere, but it might be frozen. I'm trying to find like open water locations. So originally the marble quarry didn't have any water, but then they opened it up, and then there's also some frozen lakes and stuff around there too. But if it's frozen solid and you can't get to water, I'm not gonna showcase it, just because of the fact that I want people to be able to access the water for resources like fishing and things of that nature. So, but yeah, this is where I am currently building for my base. We still have our Glenwood base up here at this point in time. This is where most of our storage is at this time. But I'm trying to build out this base to be able to move everything from here over here and then take out this altar. And then eventually we're just going to have like altars to spawning points. So like the dragon altar, that one will never go away, because if we ever want to go challenge the dragon again, we just want to be able to access that without having to come from the ancient spire and make our way all the way up there again and run out of materials by the time you get up there. So that one's that is staying. This one's staying. I got a shroud layer. Interesting. Some of these will stay, not all of them. This one will probably stay because this is right by one of the upper night sanctums. And so like if we want to apply gems or we want to do anything like that, great spawn location. And then this is to be able to harvest everything that is up at this this castle up here, Cromvale. I wish we could restore this castle, but it's a hot spot. So basically that means you cannot build in red zones, which is this castle. But I was like, I would love to restore this castle. And then we have some down here. There's a mining rift down here, and the only reason why we have this is because there's a spawn rate of gold chests right in that area. So yeah, I gotta go check that one out too. Unique equipment. I haven't identified, or we haven't gone, we have a few of these question marks, but these are ones since the 0.8 update. Hubs and I have not gone to explore them. I am holding off on exploring them until he gets back in here because I don't want him to miss out on them. And I'm trying to avoid anything that has been added in some of these locations, except for like the spiral staircase that I did pull in. But for the most part, I'm trying to hold off on any new materials that were added in game after or since the 0.0 update. But otherwise, yeah, most everything is pretty much unlocked at this point for me and the hubs, except for a few things here and there. So okay, go sleep real quick. Nino, 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 nino. So I'm very close to having a few more buildings done to be featured. I am waiting on a couple things for this one. I have some ideas for the kitchen that I want to do an update. I still need to decorate within here. And then I have a secret for this build that I want to add in there as well. I'm not going to reveal that just yet. But that one's almost done. This one is almost done. This is my tailor shop. I have a few things that I want to add within here. And then I also have the upstairs to finish decorating as well. So this one is close to being done. Oh, cool. A rounded tower on the southeast of Revelwood on a mountaintop. Ooh, I gotta check that out. Wait, is that like the new location? So there was... So Revelwood cuts off about here. So like right over here. Is it? Because this is part of the areas that I need to explore, is over here. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was still... there's still a lot to the map left. I never took the time to discover this. And then there's that. I mean, I could see this going over a little bit more, but we got more to explore. But yeah, I know there's a mountaintop on top of here that I really want to build on. I've seen it in Chisel Chips exploration. And I'm like, ooh, that looks really nice. Okay, so we've got that. I just need to continue upward. Nope. Oh, everything switched over. Well, this will be able to go away for right now. We'll get rid of this for right now. Okay, so that's just going to go up to the 3rd floor. So there's this 1st and 2nd floor. Maybe I might bring this part in. I might do that actually. Bring this in a little bit so that way it's a little bit more, tight. And then for the rest of this, I need to actually bring this down like 2 steps. Trying to think of how I want this to work. Okay. Let's start here. Okay. So I for sure have that. Hmm. Gotta stop yawning now. Okay. There. But for sure we're gonna were streetlights introduced into the game? Yes and no. So I mean, they added well, actually, hang on. Let me show you. One of the things that they did add. So like they had these ones that you can put into your you can use as streetlights, or they also have the castle lights that you can add in. But one of the ones that came out for the latest update, the 0.0 update, are the ones that we've kind of seen throughout all of Enshrouded, and it's these ones, these old-fashioned ones. And those ones, so I'm totally excited that those are in the game now. So that's there. You got, yeah, that one. Oh, do I have the rest of the examples? I don't have them in here, no. Nope, I don't have them in here, but yeah. No, they added those lights, which a lot of people were asking for those because you can find them all throughout these ones all throughout the map. Another prime example of it is if I open this up. So I haven't modified anything outside of my walls here. This here is just on my border, and this is something that has been in game the entire time. I could dismantle it if I wanted to, but I didn't want to dismantle that. But because originally you couldn't get this in game, now we have it in game. So those are the official like street lights that have been added, and I am pretty stoked about it. So yeah, those are the big lighting updates. Okay. Let's see here. What am I gonna do about this? Sorry, my eyelashes were driving me crazy. Okay, so let's do... We're gonna fill this in for now. Eventually this will be... Woo! Eventually this will be something else. But for now, that works. Just so that way I can get over here. Okay. So, let's see. Wait. Oh. Helps if I click the right button. I should go stand in the sun? Like that? I wonder if I should. No, I shouldn't. Okay. Put these bookshelves here. I should personally go stand in it. Sun? It's dark outside. How can I stand in the sun when there's no sun? Hashtag confused, fizzled, hashtag understatement of the year. Do I have... Okay, I do have one open. Yeah, no, I'm stealing your stuff. Deal with it. Just gonna have a bunch of floating books. Works for me. Eventually I'll get rid of everything in there. Okay. So let's bring this up. There we go. I don't know why I keep losing that. Okay, that is done. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Not a whole lot, Irksome. I've just been trying to figure out how this whole thing is going to work as a 3-story. It's not working the way that I thought it would, but that we'll have to see how this all kind of transpires here in a second. But yeah, it's not turning out exactly how I thought it would. This is the store for Dr. Pepper, coconut zero sugar. I'm good. That sounds like a mouthful, to say the least. There we go. See if this still works out. Not so much. Okay. Javette, so I'll have to delay any advice. All good, sir. I'm just trying to figure out how this is all gonna work exactly. But I think I am, yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. I've been streaming for a little over 2 hours at this point in time. And it is kind of kicking my butt. I'm starting to get a little frustrated with it. So I think to kind of save my sanity, just tiny bit, I'm going to call it a night here. Thank you everyone who joined me this evening in decorating and building. Like I said, I'm trying to take this building and I'm moving it over here. I might put like a little back alley shop back over there. I haven't fully decided yet, but let me do this. It's turning out a little bit, it's turning out differently than I originally planned. And I think that's the part that's kind of frustrating to me right now, because I had this really good vision in my mind of how I wanted this all to look, how I wanted this all to function, and it's not coming out the way that I thought it would. So I'm having to improvise, having to shift a little bit, which isn't always a bad thing when it comes to these types of things, because you want to shift to adapt to make sure that you're getting the build that you really want, but at the same time, like, was really hoping for the my idea to work, and it didn't. So anyway, it's progress though. It's progress. I have no sanity to lose. Yeah. Touche. But yeah, hopefully I can continue to work on this and continue to kind of chip away at it. I hope to have that along with a couple other places decorated and a walkthrough done for you guys at some point here soon. But anyway, send you a copy. I'll do that, or I'll do that as soon as I'm done here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. I really appreciate the activity in chat. I love the conversations. So lurkers, thanks for joining us as well. Anytime that you're hanging out with us, feel free to say hi. Definitely appreciate that. But anyway, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you'd like to be notified whenever I add new content or videos or anything like that to Game Over. That's an awesome emote. That's pretty good. Pretty sick. But yeah, thank you guys. Planning on live streaming on Sunday or Saturday evening. Hopefully we can get into Pal World. It's been a couple of weeks between my family stuff, being sick and whatnot. It's been kind of crazy. So hopefully we can get in and start causing chaos all over again. But anyway, again, thank you guys for joining tonight. Wherever you are in this incredible world of ours, have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep on being inspirational, and until next time, bye.
The last boss is crushed, we've won the fight. Pixels fade to black in the neon light. From dungeons to stars, we've seen it all. But every legend rests after the final call. Press start tomorrow, let the story begin. A million tales to tell with every new spin. Log out for now, let your spirit recharge. Dream